2 games, 2 wins for the UC Davis Aggies. That record is tested this week as the Aggies travel to Palo Alto to face the 9th-ranked Stanford Cardinals.
Let's do this. Into the end zone. Touchdown, UC Davis. Nobody followed Gilliam out of the backfield.
Pre-game coverage begins Saturday morning at 10:30 on your home for the UC Davis Aggies.
Priest went sky high, and there was no chance to defend that one. A brilliant pass by Jake Mayer.
Sports 1140 KHTK.
Hey, it's Damian Barling of The Lowdown. And if you're looking for a personal injury attorney, now mind you, I realize you might not be looking for a personal injury attorney, so I just want you to store this name in your brain. So you might give it to someone that you know. Travis Black of Travis Black and Associates. You see, they're personal injury attorneys that you can trust. They will be your team when you need it the most. Head over to their brand new website and you can learn all about them. Go to travisblacklaw.com. See, Travis was a former police officer. He was an insurance special investigation manager, so he's got the inside scoop and expertise to deal with all the behind-the-scenes stuff. There's not going to be any runaround with Travis Black and Associates. They're available 24/7 to address the needs and concerns of all of their clients. With Travis Black, you will be heard. Again, check out their brand new website, travisblacklaw.com, or give them a call for a free evaluation. You can call today, 916-962-2896. Again, that's 916-962-2896.
Sacramento, D.C. here, and the Dream Team is in the house. That is Beck's Furniture and Sleep Dream Team. I say Beck's Furniture and Sleep because Beck's can handle all of your furniture and sleep needs. No matter your budget, Beck's has you covered. 3, 4, 5, 6, 8-piece bedroom sets, dressers, nightstands, armoire, kids' beds, you name it, Beck's has it. With 70 mattresses on display, you will sleep like royalty. Tell them DC sent you. Visit Beck's today at becksfurniture.com.
Beck's Furniture.
Downtown Ford's huge 2017 model elimination sale is on, and we must get rid of every 2017 Ford by the end of the month. That means huge dealer discounts on the most popular Ford models like Explorer, F-150, Fiesta, Focus, and Fusion. All brand new vehicles at extreme elimination prices. If you want a brand new Ford on a pre-owned budget, this is the sale for you. Get all of the hot new safety features standard, like front pass sensing system and advanced track electronic stability control. And don't forget about all of the cool technology like sync communication and entertainment system, backup camera, and more. But hurry, there are only a few 2017 vehicles left during Downtown Ford's 2017 model elimination sale. And when they're gone, they're gone. Come see us today at 525 North 16th or online anytime at downtownfordsales.com. Downtown Ford, crummy location, great deals. With approved credit, not all buyers will qualify. Not available with special finance, lease, or other offers. See dealer for details.
So you say it hasn't happened to you yet. Well, we hope it never does. But chances are, sooner or later, your pipes will clog and you'll have a drainage problem. It's a part of home ownership that stinks, sometimes literally, and DIY quick fixes won't cut it. Fortunately, the home service heroes at Bonnie can fly out to your house and make that big problem go away fast. Yep, in 8 out of 10 cases, Bonnie can make your drain problem go away by cabling out your drain line for just $97. And if you're the exception, you'll really be glad you called Bonnie and not some Jake with a snake plumbing and drain guy. Bonnie has the specialized cameras to diagnose your problem correctly. And our stand-up techs will show you the pictures, explain the problem, and lay out all your options. Plus, we'll fix the problem for the price quoted, guaranteed. So call Bonnie for your drain problems and we'll save the day fast. Typically for just $97. For details, go to Bonnie.com. License 696355. BONNEY. Bonnie.com.
Two rock giants unite. Deep Purple. Judas Priest. Together on one stage. September 30th, Toyota Amphitheater. On sale now. Buy tickets at LiveNation.com. Deep Purple and Judas Priest. After midnight.
In the market for a new car or truck? Shop at Elk Grove Ford, Sacramento's family-owned, customer-first Ford dealership.
They feature the best deals, the largest selection, and the most enjoyable purchase experience available.
Elk Grove Ford in the Elk Grove Auto Mall.
Elk Grove sells Fords.
A men's health moment with Dr. Arakaki.
Many men get grouchy as they age. This could be an indicator of a medical condition called andropause, also known as low testosterone, which has an adverse effect on their mood and sense of well-being.
Learn more at universalmensclinic.com.
Broadcasting from the Sacramento Republic FC studios. KHTK AM and HD. KNCI HD3 Sacramento. This is Sports 1140 KHTK. We do sports. Now your sports update. Sports update. Powered by Mercury Insurance.
Hey, it's Kyle Madson with your top stories on Sports 1140. Week 2 of the NFL season kicked off yesterday with the Bengals topping the Ravens 34-23. AJ Green had 3 touchdowns in the first half to lead the way for Cincy. The rest of Week 2 kicks off Sunday. The 49ers will be home against the Lions, while the Raiders head to Denver to take on the Broncos. That game will be part of our triple header right here on Sports 1140. First game Sunday will be Eagles and Bucks. Coverage on 1140 begins at 9:30. After that, you'll get Raiders-Broncos. Kickoff set for 1:25. And after that, we'll have Sunday Night Football. It's the Cowboys and Giants in Dallas. Kickoff set for 5:20. Remember former Browns linebacker Mychal Kendricks, who's under federal investigation for insider trading?
Yes.
He got a job at the Seahawks. They're signing him to a 1-year deal, and the A's 6-game winning streak is over. They lost to the Orioles last night 5-3. Now they head to Tampa Bay for a 3-game set. It's 7:02. Time to play 9 at Sierra Pines Golf Course. Learn more at timbercreekgc.com.
Rise and shine, sleepyhead.
I'm not letting you go to work today.
Wait, what?
Everybody, listen up. Welcome to The Drive.
Morning, morning, morning.
You're going to talk. Get on the phone at 339-1140.
Pretty awesome, huh?
Jump in on our text line at 441140.
Everyone is talking about it. You must know that.
The Drive starts now.
All right, it's Fridays. You know what that means. Sean Salisbury at 7:35. Dave Richard from CBS Sports will talk fantasy football with us and answer your start or sit questions, of which there's going to be a lot of them going into week 2. Both those guys come to you via the Fire Wings Hotline. 21 different flavors to choose from. Firewings.com. Just wing it. Yes, as Kyle said in his update, let me get to that in a second. There's a video going around of De'Aaron Fox bowling with Buddy Hield, amongst others, last night, hitting a strike, and then backflipping on the wood, whatever it's called, where you bowl from. I would just like to say this. Number one, he landed the flip. Number two, I think it's like you have to wear special shoes, and it's kind of slippery. We're like 2 weeks away from training camp. Now, I appreciate De'Aaron Fox being super athletic, and he nailed that flip like nothing. But can we please not backflip after bowling? De'Aaron?
And if you're going to do that, maybe like on some grass or a nice mattress.
Perhaps something soft.
Like if you absolutely have to do a backflip.
And I know if De'Aaron Fox was here right now, he'd say, dude, I've done 100 billion backflips. I'm not an idiot. I wouldn't have done
backflipped.
it. Yes, that is the proper terminology. And I would just simply say to De'Aaron, you're a member of the Sacramento Kings now. You don't understand the forces and power that is working against you. You could be in the middle of the backflip and a seagull would literally fly in your line of sight inside a bowling alley. That's our luck. So please, no more. No. I mean, although it'd be kind of cool to see him do a backflip during a game. If a guy dunked a basketball in an NBA game, and you know how they'll hold on to the rim to avoid contact with the player below, and that's how it's okay. It's not a technical foul.
Right.
If a guy like De'Aaron Fox dunked the basketball and there was another player underneath him and his momentum took him forward and he did a backflip off the rim, would that be a technical foul?
Yeah.
You think so? Like
I think it would be.
He's swinging forward and there's a guy underneath him, so that part's legal. But then when he dismounts from the rim, when he lets go, his momentum takes him and he just tucks it into a backflip. You think they'd whistle him for that?
I do.
Do you think that it would be worth it?
What's the down and distance?
Let's say they're up 10 with a minute left in the game. Yeah, I agree.
Now, if you're down 2,
right, that's a problem.
With a minute left, yeah, don't do that.
I would love to see a flip off
Hey, De'Aaron, I know he's listening.
He is. Just have
De'Aaron, if you get an opportunity to do that, where you guys are up by a bunch of points, and you have just a breakaway dunk, backflip.
Backflip, dude.
Off the road. If you're comfortable doing so, like if you are comfortable, like, hey, I know I can do this, don't do it for the first time in a game. Like, don't land on your head and.
Let's do it in practice first.
Yeah.
Which I'm sure he's done. I have a feeling he might have done this. Okay, last question, and then we got to move on to a lot of stuff.
Is this like a legit feeling, or is this like a feeling?
What do you mean? Do I have a feeling he's going to do it?
Like, is it an actual feeling that he's done it in practice, or is it like a
no?
Feeling?
It's a feeling. Like, I don't know that he's done it. It's a feeling. I could not tell you. Honest to God.
Okay.
Honest to God, I couldn't tell you.
Okay.
Okay. Last thing. If De'Aaron Fox was in the slam dunk contest, and he did a dunk, whatever the dunk may be, and then he did the backflip dismount, as long as he landed the dunk, is that an automatic 50 because that has not been done before?
Yes.
I think so. I think he could go up and do a two-handed dunk regularly, and then on the dismount do a backflip and get a 50.
Yeah, I think so. I think if you you know how they throw the ball in the air to themselves so it bounces? And I think if he threw the ball in the air, backflipped first, and then ran to go get the ball and just dunked it normally, I think it would get a 50. Or even if he just did like a tomahawk or like a...
Be questionable because it's not part of the dunk, but then again, the dismount's not part of a dunk either. That would be
but it would be if you throw the ball up and then
backflip and do it,
and then go get it and then dunk.
He could do it. He landed that backflip with no problem.
And that was in bowling shoes.
That was in bowling shoes on the bowling surface.
It stands to reason that he could double backflip on a basketball court.
Okay, I don't want to go too far because God forbid he does this and it doesn't go correctly. Who's getting blamed for that? Yeah, us.
Carmichael Dave.
Thank you.
It's like I was listening to Dave and Kyle. They said I could double backflip. I had to try.
Mychal Kendricks, as you mentioned, has been signed by the Seahawks. They need a little depth at linebacker. It makes sense. He's a good linebacker.
Kendricks.
What did I say? Mychal Kendricks? Jimmy's brother.
Liam's brother. Liam and Jimmy are related.
Noel's brother. Is that it?
I played football with a Jeff Hendrick.
No. I think that's it. We have a 3-person Hendricks more. There's a fourth out there, 44-11-40.
There's got to be a fourth.
He pleaded guilty to insider trading, 27 years old. It could lead to him spending 25 years in prison. Spoiler alert, he's not going to spend 25 years in prison. He pleaded guilty. He apologized. Just so you know, like, the legal process does not need to play out. He's going to be found guilty. He made $1.2 million on insider trading because he knew a Goldman Sachs analyst who passed on stock info before it became public. In turn, he gave him Eagles tickets and cash. $1.2 million. Now, this is a white-collar crime, as Kyle mentioned earlier. He did not commit domestic violence. He did not do hard drugs. He didn't rob a bank. There was no violence involved. This is a white-collar crime. So I understand that this isn't that big of a deal to most people, and I don't want to make a mountain out of a molehill. But come on, dude. You probably won't have him for the playoffs because he's going to be sent to prison. By the way, LOL, Seahawks making the playoffs, but still. So what are we doing? Really, what are you doing?
I don't understand how you're the NFL.
I'm not.
Oh, well, never mind then. If you're the NFL, I don't understand how you're just cool with the team signing this guy.
NFL said, quote, "The matter is under review. He is currently permitted to sign and participate in activities, including games. He's expected to play this week."
So they're letting the court process play out, and then they'll suspend him. Does he get suspended? Let's say he avoids jail time, even though this is like a up to 25-year sentence. But let's say he avoids jail time, and he's free to be in the NFL. Does the NFL suspend him?
Here's what I don't understand. He's already admitted to guilt.
Right.
Why isn't he suspended right now?
I don't know.
They don't need to wait for the process to play out. He has pleaded guilty to felonies.
If this is a different crime,
correct.
He would be.
Probably.
Theoretically. He would be suspended.
And I don't get, my hackles aren't up because some dude got stopped. It's tough for me to get upset.
If they didn't suspend him for this, I would not care.
But it's the
principle. The principle.
Yes. The dude is going to jail. It's happening.
I, for one, am shocked that the NFL is having an issue with disciplinary stuff.
It's like, have some common sense. They need to have a common sense guy at the NFL that looks and goes,
tough look by letting this guy play.
Right. We probably shouldn't let a team sign a guy that's waiting to be sentenced for a crime in which he's going to go to jail for a long time. So here's what we're going to do. And correct me if I'm wrong. Here's the proper way to go. The NFL has decided to suspend Mychal Kendricks for 16 games. Or suspend him for the 2018-2019 season.
Suspend him indefinitely, which they've done before.
Sure.
I want to know what would they suspend him under? Personal conduct policy?
Sure. I think that committing
that's
felony,
that's far reaching enough, I think. That's just vague enough
if you've admitted to felonies
fall under that net.
You could go to jail for a quarter of a century for, I feel like you shouldn't be playing football.
Yeah.
Just my thought.
Although never mind. We got to go.
And somebody brings up a great point. Insider trading is probably a 1-year suspension. Beating your girlfriend, that's a couple games.
Yeah.
So that's not a good look either.
Yeah.
God, the NFL is just so. I love it. I love football, but it's just so stupid sometimes.
I wonder how many NFL owners are guilty of what Mychal Kendricks did.
Oh, I wonder how many which ones aren't.
Yeah. Maybe that's
which ones
why.
are not.
The owner's like, I get it.
Owners are probably getting tips from him right now. Hey, who's your guy?
They sat next to a guy in the luxury box this weekend. They gave him stock tips, and that's how they got in the luxury box.
4-down territory is next. It's a Kyle-authored 4-down territory.
I think this is a really good one because I wrote it.
Probably. The over-under is the theme with a lot of your local players. We'll get to that in a couple minutes. Sports 1140 KHTK.
This Sunday, we have an NFL triple header for you on Sports 1140 KHTK. It starts with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers looking for a 2-0 start as they go to Philadelphia to take on the Super Bowl champs.
It's Ertz in the middle. Touchdown, Philadelphia.
Then it's a classic AFC West matchup as the Raiders and Broncos meet in Mile High.
Just hear the roar. The ruling on the field is a touchdown.
And we wrap it all up with an NFC East rivalry with the Giants and Cowboys from Dallas in Sunday Night Football. The NFL plays right here on Sports 1140 KHTK.
Hot take on the text line. Matt Stafford will throw for 400 yards, 4 touchdowns, and 1 rushing touchdown. 34-10 Lions.
I don't think that will happen. Also, 4 touchdowns and a rushing touchdown is 5, so you're thinking they missed an extra point?
That's got to be what it is. Maybe they went for 2.
Just to really rub it in?
Hoblet Ram is my favorite Ram place, and I'm going to tell you why.
Because you're Truck Michael Dave.
No longer Carmichael Dave. I'm Truck Michael Dave because that's not a car outside. That's a truck. That's a Ram 1500 Hemi. Laramie. It's a luxury car on the inside. It's a monster truck on the outside. Number 1 Ram truck dealer in all of California. The only Ram truck center in Sacramento Valley. It's a full-service Ram dealership 7 minutes from the airport right there in Woodland. They take up to $12,000 off MSRP on select 2019 Ram 1500s, up to $18,000 off MSRP on select 2018 Ram 1500s, over $1,100 in stock. I got one. J.D. Power's Customer First Award for Excellence. They just got that. Go check them out online. HobletDodge.com. Do me a favor. Tell everybody your buddy, Truck Michael Dave, sent you.
So how did you sleep last night? Did you toss and turn? Were you wide awake at 3 a.m.? When your alarm went off, were you still exhausted? If you yawn all day, your mattress may be to blame. You spend about a third of your life sleeping, So you really owe it to yourself to improve your sleeping environment with a new mattress. RC Willie's experts will help you find the right mattress to help you get the sleep you need. Plus, top brands are in stock for immediate delivery. Visit RC Willie today and put an end to your sleepless nights.
You make it. 2018's most anticipated tour is coming. Jason Aldean, High Noon Neon Tour. September 27th, Toyota Amphitheater with special guests Luke Combs and Lauren Elena. Tickets are on sale now at livenation.com. Jason Aldean, live.
This is Boomer Esiason with the CBS Sports Minute, brought to you by Navien Tankless Water Heaters, proven performance for endless hot water. In hockey's version of the Khalil Mack trade, Ottawa yesterday dealt superstar defenseman Erik Karlsson to San Jose for 6 and potentially 8 assets. The 28-year-old Swede, who won 2 Norris trophies, joins reigning Norris Trophy winner Brent Burns and shutdown backliner Marc-Edouard Vlasic. According to Ottawa GM Pierre Dorion, this is the right moment for us to rebuild and shape our future with a faster, younger, and more competitive team. Dorion's Senators raked in a 2019 or 2020 first-round pick, center Chris Tierney, a 2019 second-round pick, 3 prospects, and potentially 2 additional first-round picks, 1 if the Sharks extend Karlsson or make the Stanley Cup final, another if Karlsson is traded to the Eastern Conference. I think it's a winning deal for both clubs and certainly for Erik Karlsson. I'm Boomer Esiason.
Hi, Kevin Harlan for Navien Tankless Water Heaters. With fall coming, energy bills will be on the rise. That's why now is a good time to install an energy-efficient Navien Tankless Water Heater. In fact, Navien earned the industry's highest Energy Star rating. A Navien Tankless Water Heater is a smart alternative to that old energy-wasting tank water heater. Fall's coming, so start cutting your energy bills with a Navien Tankless Water Heater. For the name of your professional Navien contractor, visit tanklessmadesimple.com.
Count on Navien.
Hey, guys, we all know how big of a deal it is to look good. Get ready. Something big is coming to JCPenney. I'm launching Shaquille O'Neal XLG exclusively for big and tall, only at JCPenney.
Come to the wardrobe sale and get 50% off select men's suits, separates, sport coats, and dress pants in-store and at jcp.com. Plus, save an extra 20% off with your JCPenney credit card and coupon or extra 15% off with any other method of payment.
JCPenney, style and value for all.
Pricing and coupon valid 9/13 and 9/23. Credit offer subject to credit approval. Exclusions apply. See store jcp.com for coupon and details.
Paul Blanco Kia knows how to get people with challenged credit approved. And when banks compete, you can use Kia's giant factory rebates for your down payment. Paul says, use the down payment you saved and spend it on yourself. Let banks compete to lower your rate at paulblancokia.com.
It's time for 4 Down Territory. On the drive, first down.
And welcome back into the drive, 4 Down Territory. We're going to have an over-under edition today. Going to talk Raiders, going to talk Niners. 4 Down Territory, brought to you by Fire Wings. 21 delicious flavors to choose from.
I got locked out. I'm out of breath. I got locked out from the, how we have 2 doors we have to go through security. Yeah. The second one, beep, beep, beep. I had to run down the stairs, then back up the stairs to the other side to let me in. Dude, I wish there was a camera on that.
You know what? Remember yesterday how I said when I texted you in the morning, I sort of texted you because I was afraid that maybe you
had a feeling.
Yeah, I had a feeling, and you weren't feeling well. Today, right before the 4 Down Territory spot launched, I was almost like, I wonder if he can't get in. And I was thinking you were going to be locked outside.
Nope.
So
Didn't go outside.
I checked my phone, and because sometimes you'll run to your car or whatever.
Yeah.
And I thought maybe you ran out to your car and were going to be texting me or calling me like, dude, I'm locked outside. I forgot my keys or whatever.
Right. No. I was locked.
That's so weird.
That's twice you've had like weird ESP.
Yeah, it's like I got ESPN or something. That's a Mean Girls reference.
Now we're late for 4 Down Territory.
Now it's time to check out the Marysville Stampede tomorrow and Sunday. Go to MarysvilleStampede.com for tickets.
Question number 1, first down.
Over first down that already played. Over or under 4.5 receptions for Amari Cooper on Sunday?
I'm going to say over, but like 5, maybe 6. I think they're going to make a point to get Amari Cooper the ball. I think they're going to try to do 2 things. They are going to try to go downfield. They're going to try to get Amari Cooper the ball. I will say this. Another question I might have put in there, or I'll put in there as like a sub-question, is over under on thrown to Amari Cooper. I'm going to put that at 8.5.
I'm going to go over on targets, and I'm going to go over on receptions.
Yeah, I think they're going to make a big point. Quick note, and I know we're late, but I just learned this too. This is a great piece of info from RJ Bell, who does a lot of the betting stuff down in Vegas.
Sure.
He's a gambler type of dude. Broncos at home, first 2 weeks of the season, last 30 years, 30-3 straight up, 22-10-3 against the spread.
Wow.
32-3. We talked about this. The Raiders got screwed schedule-wise because they're going to Denver. They're not all in shape yet. That's the worst time. It's not when it's snowy. The worst time to go to Denver is now at the beginning of the season. And then they go to Miami, and forget about the weather going right now. And that's obviously a much bigger situation, but you don't want to go to Miami in September because you got the heat, you have the humidity. They've got a real tough test coming up the next 2 weeks. Second down.
Second down.
Over or under 1.5 receptions for Martavis Bryant?
I'm going to say over. And again, I think you're right on the number. I think Martavis Bryant will have like 3 catches, maybe 2. But they're definitely going to try to get him in. I think they're definitely going to try to bomb him down the field a couple times. He'll be one of 2 things is going to happen. He's either going to be the decoy for Amari Cooper. You also have to think Denver's going to be scheming hard against Jared Cook, who is the NFL's leading receiver, or at least was before last night's game. And you're either going to have Bryant as a decoy for Cooper, but if Cooper ends up being the decoy for Bryant, we could see a lot more than that. But I'm still going to go over. I think they're going to be passing a lot this weekend.
I think it just goes just under at 1. I think he gets maybe 3 or 4 targets, and like you said, I think they're going to be deep shots. I think they're going to try and take the top off the defense, and I think they connect on one of those.
Okay, third down.
Third down.
Going to switch it over to Niners now.
What?
Over under 1.5 touchdowns for Jimmy Garoppolo.
I will happily take the over on that one. Now, this isn't me saying...
I should have gone 2.5.
Yeah, I will.
That's a bad line.
That to me is the easiest one you've thrown out there so far. And,
okay. So sharp money coming in on the over 1.5. Its lines moved up to 2.5.
All right, so for all the scoring that the Jets did against the Lions last week, Sam Darnold threw for 2 touchdowns. The Jets scored 48 points. 2 of the 2 touchdowns came from Sam Darnold. Now, Sam Darnold's a rookie. I get it. They were also in Detroit. They were also on the turf. I think Jimmy's going to throw for 2 touchdowns. I think he'll throw for 2 touchdowns. I think you'll get a running touchdown. He might smash his way in for I don't know. But I probably would stay away from 3 touchdowns. That's where it gets iffy, but I definitely think he's going to throw for more than 1, yes.
Okay. I'm with you. I think the Lions are better than they were against the Jets. I think the 49ers right guard spot is going to be a problem because Matt Patricia, for all his faults so far as a head coach, is going to be able to scheme some pressure through the right side where the Niners are probably going to be starting undrafted free agent Najee Toran.
Where can I read about that, by the way?
You can actually read all about that over at NinersWire.com.
Will we be able to read your stuff on Titans Wire this weekend?
No, probably not. More than likely not.
I noticed that you did put something out on NinersWire.com about 7 Hall of Fame nominees, was it, from the Niners?
Yeah.
Unless I misread it, I only glanced at it real quick because I was on my way in, but I don't think any of them are going to make it.
I don't think so either.
Yeah. All right. That's what
49er Hall of Famers for sure. Probably not Pro Football Hall of Famers.
4th down.
Also, did you see Roger Craig is off of the modern era ballot?
Roger Craig, I think he'll get in, but he's going to get in a different fashion.
Over under 1.5 interceptions for Jimmy Garoppolo.
Okay, so I think the smart play here. Oh, this is tough. I wouldn't make this bet. You've got the number right on the money.
I know. I nailed these.
No, because you messed up the one before.
That happens. 3 out of 4. It's about 60%.
I mean, he's thrown 8 interceptions in 7 games, going back to last year.
Yeah.
Detroit did have that pick 6.
Yeah. And they do have Darius Slay, who tied for the league lead in interceptions.
Dude, I'm going to go under. I'm going to go under because I think they will get a pick. He'll throw a pick.
I think he's going to just do that every game.
I agree. I think, and we'll get to more of this in Nostradamus coming up at 8:35, because I think the Niners are going to win this game handily. I think there's going to be a lot of running in the second half. I don't think he's going to need to force anything. Doesn't mean he won't. I don't feel comfortable with this, but I'm going to take the under. I'm going to say he goes 2 touchdowns and a pick.
Yeah, I think he goes under. I think he goes 1, and I think we're going to continue seeing that just because that's the nature of how he plays. And Kyle Shanahan, when asked about it, didn't seem too eager to rein that in and rein in Garoppolo's penchant for trying to drive the ball down the field, take a deep shot, maybe into double coverage. Those are risks that are going to come with some reward as well, and I think the 49ers are going to continue to take that. So, yeah, I think he throws 1. Wouldn't shock me if this goes over, though.
That being said, he has yet to throw for 3 touchdowns in a game. He also has thrown 5 interceptions in his last 2 games, if you go back to that last game versus the Rams.
That was a second-string Rams defense.
Yeah. Okay, we'll take a break. Sean Salisbury from Sports Talk 790 in Houston, at Sean Unfiltered. All that fun stuff. He's going to join us next and break everything down, including Sam Darnold, including the Raiders, who he loves, who he's very close to, and your San Francisco 49ers as well. So always a plus when Sean joins us on the Fire Wings Hotline. We'll do that in a couple minutes. Don't go away. No flipping. Right here on Sports 1140 KHTK.
The return of John Gruden started promising.
Second down and goal for the Raiders. Marshon cuts back, battling, close to the 2-yard line. He goes into the end zone. He's pushed in, touchdown. Oh, my. The beast is unstoppable.
In the end, the Raiders didn't have enough for the Rams, but Sunday they get another chance for win 1 as they travel to Denver to face the division rival Broncos.
Take it all day, baby.
It's the Raiders and Broncos, Sunday at 1, here on your home for the Silver and Black. Sports 1140 KHTK.
Capital Casino is Sacramento's #1 poker room with limit, no limit hold'em, blackjack, pai gow, poker, baccarat, and 3-card poker. My favorite game. They also have the best food and the best service to go with those games. It's Capital Casino at 411 North 16th Street in downtown Sacramento. For more information, just log on to capital-casino.com and please gamble responsibly. 1-800-GAMBLER.
This ain't the first time it's happened, is it? Yeah, that's how it is with backed up drains. A DIY fix might clear things up for a little bit, but you'll keep getting backed up at the most inconvenient times until you fix it right. So call the home service heroes at Bonnie. For most clogs, Bonnie can fix your drain for just $97. They'll use professional-grade equipment to cable out your clogged drain till it's flowing free and clear. Boom, problem gone. No more half measures and no more worries. Not every problem can be fixed by cabling, but Bonnie has the cameras, tools, and expertise to diagnose and fix bigger problems correctly. Plus, their stand-up techs will shoot you straight, show you the video, and provide guaranteed quotes. But honestly, 80% of the time, it's a $97 fix, if you're smart enough to call Bonnie. Details at Bonnie.com. License 696355. BONNEY. Bonnie.com.
You know what that sound is? If you said, hey, that's a 3-liter EcoDiesel on a Ram 1500, you'd be right. But if you said, that's the sound of $18,000 off MSRP, you'd be right too.
Hey, it's Vince Bloom, the big guy at Lasher's Elk Grove Dodge, Chrysler Jeep Ram Fiat. And during Ram Power Days, all remaining new 2018 Ram trucks are on sale, including over 100 new 2018 Ram 1500 Laramie Crew Cab 4x4 EcoDiesels that are all $18,000 off MSRP. These Ram 1500 EcoDiesels come with leather upholstery, rear camera, front dual zone AC, memory seat, adjustable pedals with memory, trailer tow mirrors, and more. So come on into Lasher's Elk Grove Dodge and save $18,000 off all remaining new 2018 Ram 1500 Laramie Crew Cab 4x4 EcoDiesels. Choose from over 100 in stock. For over 60 years, our name means a great deal. In the Elk Grove Auto Mall and online at elkgrovedodge.com.
Includes $10,250 in California, BC, retail consumer, Chrysler Capital Diesel, bonus select inventory, and Conquest Cash. Must finance through Chrysler Capital on approved credit. Customer must have leased their competitive brand vehicle for at least 30 days. Sample VIN 352318, ends 10/1/18.
Jill, why don't you tell the class what you did this weekend?
Well, my dad and I went in search of some magical minnows and found a zillion of them in the stream from our lookout rock. Then my sister and I escaped from an evil slug king and went back to my super twig fort for safety. Then we told stories till it got dark, and the Big Dipper led us all the way home.
Wow. Where were you, Jill?
We went to the forest. It's not that far away.
Ask your parents to take you and your friends to the forest this week. It's closer than you think. Check out discovertheforest.org. Brought to you by the U.S. Forest Service and the Ad Council.
Sacramento, D.C. here, and the Dream Team is in the house. That is Beck's Furniture and Sleep Dream Team. I say Beck's Furniture and Sleep because Beck's can handle all of your furniture and sleep needs. No matter your budget, Beck's has you covered. 3, 4, 5, 6, 8-piece bedroom sets, dressers, nightstands, armoire, kids' beds, you name it, Beck's has it. With 70 mattresses on display, you will sleep like royalty. Tell them DC sent you. Visit Beck's today at becksfurniture.com.
Beck's Furniture.
At Nilo Volkswagen, experience the totally remixed 2019 Jetta. The new Jetta has been redesigned with everything you want, from looks and style to comfort and substance. Browse an incredible selection at Nilo VW on Arden Way or vw.nilo.com.
Sports 1140 KHTK's coverage of high school football is presented by Wingstop. Listen every Friday night to the Wingstop High School Football Wrap-Up Show and get all the coverage on KHTK.com.
Now your sports update. Sports update. Powered by Mercury Insurance.
It's Kyle Madson, top stories, Sports 1140. The Bengals, they won last night. They beat the Ravens 34-23. The rest of week 2 begins Sunday. That happens when you don't have your thing in front of you. The rest of week 2 begins on Sunday. 49ers, they're home against the Lions. The Raiders hit the road. They take on the Broncos in Denver. We'll have an NFL triple header for you right here on Sports 1140 on Sunday. First, it'll be Eagles-Bucks with coverage beginning at 9:30. After that, you'll have Raiders-Broncos. Kickoff there is at 1:25. And then Cowboys and Giants in Dallas. That's a Sunday night game. We'll have that for you right here on Sports 1140. Kickoff is set for 5:20. Former Browns linebacker Mychal Kendricks, who's under federal investigation for insider trading, found work in the NFL. The Seahawks inked him to a 1-year deal, and they're expected to have him this week against the Bears. They play on Monday night. The A's 6-game winning streak is over. They lost to the Orioles 5-3 last night in Baltimore. A's starter Brett Anderson allowed 7 hits and 4 runs in 3 1/3. Oakland now heads to Tampa Bay for a crucial 3-game set against the Tampa Bay Rays. It's 7:33. Time to play 9 at Sierra Pines Golf Course. Learn more at timbercreekgc.com.
It's The Drive on Sports 1140 KHTK.
Talked about incorporating new music into the show earlier. Africa's not going anywhere, in case you're wondering.
I was going to say, by that, you meant just various Africa covers.
Might build everything around this song. Question, should we replace California Love as our opener? I do like to freshen things up, but that has a lot of meaning. Now, it says Sacramento in the song, the Bay Area, Sacktown and back down.
Oakland
and all
to
that.
Sacktown, the Bay Area.
That's what I said. It's exactly, literally, word for word what I just said.
No,
check the replay.
No,
check
I will.
the video replay.
I will. You said the Bay Area to Sacktown to
the
Bay Area
Oakland
and
back down.
It's wrong.
We're saying the same exact thing.
You're wrong. Are we, though?
Check the video replay at KHTK.com. Go to the top right-hand corner if you're on your desktop. If you're on a tablet or a phone, just scroll down. It's right there in the middle, and you can see our lovely set we've created with Slams and the Lion, a Sacramento Kings tissue box, a rubber chicken, and my Sacramento Mountain Lions jersey. A lot of people have been asking, hey, what is that jersey wearing? Molos.
Yeah, from the UFL, the United Football League. Obvious.
Dante Culpepper, number 10.
Yeah. Maurice Crum, I believe, played for the Mountain Lions.
You know who played for
Notre
Omaha
Dame.
in that league is
I linebacker?
Who was the kicker for Seattle? Why am I blanking? Stephen Hauschka.
Oh, I was going to say Sebastian Janikowski.
No. Janikowski, Florida State Sebastian Janikowski was drafted in the first round by the Raiders. Was with them up until this season. I don't know if you know that or not. Sean Salisbury is going to join us in just a second on the Fire Wings Hotline.
Bill Simmons on his podcast said that the Chargers, because they're like cursed with kickers.
Yes.
He was like, if you're the Chargers, how do you not draft a kicker 2 rounds higher than anyone's ever drafted a kicker? That's literally impossible.
Yeah, because first rounder. That of course doesn't work with all Florida State kickers, as Roberto Aguayo can testify. Before we get to Sean, Kyle, one thing for you. New Carolina Panthers owner David Tepper was speaking at Carnegie Mellon University in Pittsburgh. He was talking about the kneeling and the national anthem. Now, of course, I don't want to get into it, but this was just funny to me. He said the furor over it is, and I quote,
the what?
Furor.
Okay.
Not furor, furor, F-U-R-O-R. Not the other one. He said, quote, it's the biggest pile of bull dinky ever. And that's my new favorite quote. I've never heard bull dinky.
Yeah, that's not a word.
It is now. An NFL owner said it.
Oh, okay.
Sean Salisbury's ready. I wanted you to be here for bull dinky.
We're giving away Rascal Flatts tickets, by the way. They're playing at the Toyota Amphitheater on September 20th. Get your tickets at Ticketmaster.com. All KHTK giveaways powered by RooseveltAutomall.com. We'll go give those away in the third hour. And then I also want to give a big shout out to the Wood Creek Timberwolves for winning the Stockton Honda Game of the Week. Wood Creek hosts Roseville High School tonight. Kickoff at 7:15. Make sure to submit your California Family Fitness Player of the Week at KHTK.com and listen to Friday Night Football hosted by Matt George and Charles, the Hammer Hamilton, presented by Wingstop.
Is that what are we doing? The Hammer Hamilton?
That's my bit.
Is that on the read?
Nope. It
That's
says
yours.
T, but T is for the Hammer.
Well, then what's Matt George? We gotta get Sean. We gotta get Sean. From the 801, they actually mentioned Sacramento twice in California Love. Near the end of the song, Dre says, Sacramento, Sacramento, where you at? Well, friend, and that means they mention it 3 times. Yeah, the more you know. Because if they say Oakland and Yuba City, Bay Area, and Sacktown, which is what they say in it, that's 1. Then Sacramento, that's 3. A lot of people have a lot of emotional ties to California Love and say keep it. One guy says please dump it. And Gil is trying to correct me on Stephen Hauschka playing for the Bills. Know your kickers, Dave. Gil, I was saying he went from the UFL to Seattle. That's where he went. Seattle grabbed him out of the UFL, and he did just fine with them. Was he their kicker when they won the title? I think he was. Stephen Hauschka was a fine kicker for a while. And I'm wearing the Mountain Lion shirt. I was the only sideline reporter they ever knew. The highlight of my sideline reporting was calling them field goal poles because I blanked. I said field goal poles.
Field poles?
Yeah, it wasn't.
Matt Field Goal Pole George.
Wasn't my finest moment. Joining us right now, our dear friend, Sports Talk 790 in Houston. Follow him online at Sean Unfiltered on the old Twitter machine. So one and the only Sean Salisbury. Hello, Sean. Good morning to you.
How you doing, bud?
I'm good. How are you doing?
Good, thank you.
Sean, other than your own radio show, how much radio are you doing today, counting our show?
Like 5. Yesterday I did like a dozen. During the week I probably do between 40 and 60, I guess it depends.
That's
different shows other than mine.
That's insane. That is, I mean, dude, you know, hey, I love you. You know that's insane, right? Like, that's an insane workload.
Yeah, it is, and I always try to be kind and do it and respectful, and you get into different markets. But the good thing about it is, for instance, if you're on in Cleveland, which every week you spend a lot of time talking about the Browns, when normally on our show we're not going to spend much time talking about the Browns, although I watch their games and study them for the national purposes. But excuse me, so it's the truth is, there's a couple markets I'm on 2 different stations in their markets. In one city, I'm on in 3 different stations at different times. So it's kind of a trip, but it's football, it's fun, it beats real work for a living. So I try to be kind and give people the information they'd like or they need or have a few laughs. But yeah, it's by the end of the week, but when Saturday morning gets here and I wake up for college game day, I'm spent. So, but there's a few times I'm adding a new podcast now that'll go through iHeart, and that's going to be, I think people are going to love it, and that's in the works and should be done in the next couple weeks. And I'm going to start doing stuff with the All-22 so people can see X's and O's on Twitter. So off my computer screen so they can understand what quarterbacks or defensive backs or whoever, running backs, linemen see. So I'm going to add it, man. Just, I know the other side when you're not working, so I'm grateful that people actually want me on. So I appreciate it.
I think as your agent, I think you should do another podcast, but have the podcast be recordings of all of your phone hits all week long. And that would literally be a 2-hour podcast. You're already doing the work. All somebody has to do is put an open and a close on it, and you have a second podcast.
That wouldn't be a bad idea. Here with let's go around the country with Sean Salisbury podcast, where in Cleveland, here's what he said about this guy. In Kansas City, here's what he said about this team and the rest of it. So the only thing left, dude, is to get back on national TV, no offense, and I don't mean it arrogant, where I belong, and banter and give, whether it's the Foxes or ESPNs or NBCs or CBSs, whatever it is, that's the next step, and we'll see if and when that happens. So we'll see.
Hey, Sean, if you want to put together a podcast of all your radio spots, you have them emailed to me, and I'll put them all together. I'll throw an open and close.
See that? Look at that.
I got your back.
We're a team.
I think it'd actually be pretty funny. I mean, it may be informing too. I don't know. So
I think so.
Kyle, if that does happen, I'll send money in the mail to you too, brother. You deserve it. So I'll keep that in mind. Honestly, thank you.
Last thing, because I am so proud of you, and I bring it up as self-indulgent wise because I love seeing a comeback story, and you and I have a few memories of the other side of the pillow there. If you were offered 2 jobs tomorrow, one was an assistant coach at a contending Division I college, and the other was a stand-up hit. Let's say your old position at on SportsCenter. You come in, you go back and forth with John Clayton. I'm just trying to think of the best case scenarios here.
Right.
Which do you choose?
Or like being like the guy on First Take opposite Stephen A. Smith.
There you go. There you go.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Okay, so I'm quarterback coach at USC, or coordinator, with a chance to be the coordinator. Or
Yes.
Let's not even put my alma mater in there. Let's say at
let's say offensive coordinator at Florida State University because we really need one.
Okay, well, you know what? Here's the way I look at it now at this stage of my career. I think I've posted enough of my score at Augusta National that if people don't know what I do on radio and TV, and I don't mean it like I said, even I prepare hard, don't know how good I am, then shame on them. I know the one thing I know about it is that I can always do that. And there's I've been fortunate to play football. I get to train kids. I've been at broadcasting at some of the highest levels for whatever reason. I've been fortunate to have that. So the one itch I haven't scratched yet is calling offensive plays for a big-time college program and trying to make a difference in kids' lives that way. I'd take that first. Reason why? When you do that, you'd see, let's say 3 years said, well, he's moving on. You become even more valuable to TV and radio. Why? I don't know, because I know just as much about football as I know watching film at Florida State or Arizona State or FC. But there's that thing that he had a hat on that said Seminoles on it and Florida State logo, so he's more valuable to us, even though that's just the way it is. So I'd probably, because I love competition, the only way I can get close to the game again, that close, would be out there, putting your hat on, putting the headset on, and getting kids, and the competition of playing against Florida and the Clemson at their house. I mean, I'd probably take that right now. It'd be a difficult decision, but very few people in their life get an opportunity to play it, coach it, and broadcast it at top levels like that. So I'd probably go Florida State first, and then 10 years down the road, if I just coached and then retired. I'm not a retiring guy. I don't see myself ever quitting doing something. I will never retire. So I'd probably take that first, but it'd be a difficult decision. But making a difference in kids' lives and the competition and putting your ass on the line every week for your alma mater or for another school, I could live with that.
Sean Salisbury with us. All right, going back to Sunday and Monday, actually, more specifically. We talked a couple weeks ago about how you were on the Sam Darnold train early and often, and he looked amazing in the preseason. He throws that first pass of his career. He throws a pick six. Was there a part of you? Is there a part of you, Sean, as a Sam Darnold backer, that's wrong? Not just backer, but as somebody who predicted he would do well in the NFL, was there a part of you that's happy he did that? Because not only did his team bounce back, but you got to see a little mental fortitude, a little testicular fortitude in the kid.
No question. As a matter of fact, when he threw for a touchdown, you'll get the naysayers who would just ask clowns on Twitter that they hit you up immediately during while the guy's in the run back and say, "Oh, maybe he spoke too soon on Sam Darnold." And all my response was very simple: "It's a long game. You stay tuned." Because right when he threw it, my first thought was, "This is how he." There's nobody that will respond better than him on a bad play or a good play. Throws a touchdown, it's not that big a deal. Throws a pick, oh well, that's him. It epitomized what the same things that people didn't like about him where he threw a pick. The opposite is why people friggin' love him. Because he's set up to how to deal with adversity, which a lot of guys can't. I can apply it to a guy like Carlos Correa right now here in Houston, a great shortstop, great baseball player. He's got 125 at-bats or so since he came back from injury, and he may still be injured. Dude, he couldn't hit if you threw it underhanded to him right now. I don't know how much adversity, I'm not saying he won't. My point is, here's another superstar who's in the league, 23 years old, who I'm sure when he was in Little League and in minor leagues, he never, getting him out was a chore. I mean, he did adversity on the field. And so guys like that, you wonder, okay, when you do face it, how will you deal with it? Because you've been a star at every level. And he'll deal with it fine. I use him as an example because he's locally and people are crushing him. Yet he's a 23-year-old kid who was huge last year and is an MVP candidate every year when he's healthy. Now, Darnold, that was him. I actually had a smirk on my face saying, okay, I'll talk to you at the end. And you know what? They disappeared. The people on Twitter. It's amazing how quickly the trolls disappear once they see it. And then you know what they're. And I swear to you, I said in the middle of the third quarter, fourth quarter, I said, I leaned over to my girl and I said, hey, you know what's going to happen is they're going to come back after the game and say, well, it was Detroit. That's what they'll say. Yeah. It'll never be good enough for people that hate him. It's just like a guy who I'm a Josh Allen. He says Josh Allen throwing for 350 and running for 100 this week. He's got as much chance of that happening as me coming back and playing, okay? Not that he won't throw for 350, but doing both. So, I studied the guy. It's not nothing. I studied them all. I mean, that's not I don't need a pat on the back for it, but when I saw Darnold, it's exactly what he's been. Throw a pick, throw 4 touchdowns, win a game. Throw a pick, fumble, come back. He covered up a lot of problems at USC on the field. He did. He trust me, T. Martin should just thank his lucky stars, the coordinator, that Sam Darnold was his quarterback, because he's seeing how difficult it is with a true freshman that has no experience. It's a difficult task. So, yeah, I did. There was part of me that said, okay, now Sam, go do what you do. And it's almost like you couldn't have drawn it up any better for him to say, okay, here's what happens. Now overcome it. I always like guys to be kicked in the teeth at some point because I need to know what their response time is and how quickly they get over a bad play, but more importantly, and just the same, how quickly they get over a good play.
I'm going to try to get over you mentioning T. Martin, who, along with Peerless Price, makes me go into convulsions and shivers.
And I understand why.
Seeing Peerless Price do the tomahawk chop on the sideline against my guys in the national championship game still leaves a mark. Either way, let's go to the Raiders, because I know they're near and dear to your heart. It was a great matchup in the first half. Gruden, Wade Phillips, Sean McVay, and the Raiders took a 3-point lead into the half. The question is not whether or not the Rams are the better team, because they are. The question is, was that first half the best of Gruden and the best of Carr, or was that first half Sean McVay didn't play his starters throughout the preseason and they needed to get ready?
I think that I've been talking about it. We're going to see a lot of sloppy play the first month of the season. Also, we just are. Offensively, because we don't practice enough during the preseason. It's not even the games, the preseason days. Well, they're fine. 12 snaps here, 15 snaps there. Excuse me. but it's the constant, we can't go 2 days in pads, back-to-back practices in pads, all those things that you just can't turn on physicality on and off like a light switch. Oh, man, some guy comes up and thumps you, like, whoa. Well, they do that 8 times in a week in practice. So it's different. The speed's different. Just like in the postseason, the intensity and the speed is ramped up even more so than the regular season. Just is. Human nature. So it's going to be sloppy football. Now, some will play great, and Tampa will come back down to earth. They ain't scoring 48 this week, but they'll come back down a little bit. And that's the way it goes up and down. That's the way it works. But I think in this game, now I'm trying to figure out. I think the Raiders are somewhere in between the first half and the second half. I do. I don't think they're horrible, but I don't think they're a great team. And this is a guy that lives and breathes Oakland Raider football. Derek Carr, since the injury, has not played great football.
Right.
And you know how I feel about him.
Yep.
I don't know if it's a mental thing or if it's another coaching change. Those things that you go through, but he's got to play better and consistently. And John's got to get into a rhythm with him. The Rams are a far better team on paper and on the field. They're just a better team. So the Rams could very easily have home field advantage throughout the playoffs in the NFC. The West isn't very good, and they're the best team in the West, and they could win this thing by 2 or 3 games if they play like they're supposed to. The Raiders, you know how I feel about the Khalil Mack trade, and he validated that with his game against the Green Bay Packers. I don't trade my best players. If the coach makes $100 million, my best player should make more than him. Period. And he is your best player. He was. Carr's not your best player. Khalil Mack was. Carr is now. So the next level is what do the Raiders do next? I'm concerned about it. This is a team that could finish 8-8, and we say, okay, first year, John will be fine. I'm telling you, this is also a team with their defense, and depending on Carr's production and how they go, they could be picking in the first 5 picks next year.
Yeah.
And that's the truth. So I don't, I reserve judgment on good. I haven't put Donald in the Hall of Fame after one stupid game. I haven't buried Josh Allen yet. I'm not saying that Tyrod Taylor's not going to be the starter in 2 weeks. I'm sure as hell not saying the Raiders are done or that the Rams are going 16-0. But I can tell you this. I usually, around a month is about the time you'll know what a team is. Now, those teams will go on win streaks and losing streaks, but you'll know what a team is. And we will know by about October 10th, right around that range, exactly what the Raiders are, the Rams are. You'll get a pretty good idea what their MO is and what they live by, what we judge. We know when you play the Patriots who they are. We already know who they are, but these teams will start to settle in and we'll find out their identity. And I'm not sure what the Raiders' identity is yet, and I don't think they know either.
Time always flies with Sean Salisbury. We've got 1 minute, and I got to get this in for you. Jimmy Garoppolo, 5 picks in his last 2 games. If you go back to last year's finale versus the Rams, who were playing second string, he threw 3 picks last week. They take on Detroit, whom we already talked about, at home this weekend. Jimmy's still a new thing to a lot of people. A lot of people think he got too much money too quickly. Are you still on board with Jimmy Garoppolo?
Oh, yeah. Hell, yeah. And that's like saying because the Saints lost to Tampa last week, I should quit on New Orleans defense because they played better last year, but their history is that they're not very good defensively. Well, I think they're not giving up 48 points again this year. So with Jimmy, I've seen enough to know of good football to know he's going to be fine and he'll be better than fine. Did you overpay on the lack of games? Of course. But that's the quarterback position. We pay on potential and production. He was really good production-wise last year. And I appreciate throwing some picks, big deal. The team they were playing last week isn't a bunch of stiffs either. They're pretty good.
Yeah.
And they could be in the Super Bowl as well. So I fully expect Jimmy to be fine. But anybody that thinks the 49ers are Super Bowl ready or that type of team, nobody's that naive. Jimmy's going to have to carry them, and they're going to have to continue to build it. But if you're asking me if Garoppolo is going to be a star in the league, the answer is yes.
Sean Salisbury, Sports Talk 790 in Houston, America's favorite guest. We documented that at the beginning of the program. You can, of course, hear him on our on-demand podcast coming up here in just a couple hours, doing a phenomenal job, and you're going to see much, much, much more of Sean over the next couple years as his career continues to skyrocket for good reason. Follow him on Twitter at Sean Unfiltered. Buddy, appreciate your time, and we'll talk to you next week.
Thanks, brother. Appreciate you guys, Kyle. Thanks, man.
All right, take care. That's Sean Salisbury. He's good. I want to get Sean, though. I want to get Sean one of those microphones for his house. He does. That'd be a great Christmas present for him. He does so many of these, and he does them on a phone.
Yeah.
And sometimes his connection is
Sure.
I think for him to get one of those connections where you have an actual microphone, what you could either Skype or whatever it is, that'd be a good Christmas present. Just wrap it up in a bow, give it to him. He deserves that. Shouldn't be pressing a phone to his ear 40 to 50 times a week. Can you imagine that?
That's great. When I get to do like one of those for Niners Wire.
You're saying when you do radio hits nationally for Niners Wire?
Not nationally.
Okay.
But I have to do one of those, and it's like, oh, gosh. I have to carve out this 10 minutes. I can't imagine. You said 50 a week?
Yeah, 40 to 50 a week. And I see it all the time. I follow him on Twitter. It's all over the place. He did 8 to 9 a.m. before he came on with us today on another another show on his station.
That's crazy.
We'll take a break. Dave Richard of CBS Sports is probably as, if not busier, doing his stuff all over the place. But before we get to him in this break, a word from Kyle Madson.
And I've got a word for Dave Richard as well.
Oh, boy.
It's time to check out the Marysville Stampede tomorrow and Sunday. Go to MarysvilleStampede.com for tickets.
We'll take a break. Back in a couple. Don't go away. Dave Richard next with your fantasy football starts and sits and so much more. Take it easy on our guest right here on Sports 1140 KHTK.